For this project, we want to take a pre-existing product, something that is already widely used, and make some improvements based on the effects. These improvements should improve ease of use, human factors, or ergonomics for the product. So let's start off by talking a little bit about the pre-existing product itself. The pre-existing product that we're taking a look into here is actually a chair. So think of something like your standard straight leg chair. Of course, the main use for these is sitting down, and this is something that virtually everyone does every single day, multiple times a day. This is something that's considered essential for us. Of course, some examples of where we would use these are such as at a waiting room at the doctor's office, while just relaxing, reading a book at home, while studying, while working, and even while eating. So this is something that you use multiple times a day, and it is a truly essential product. Here we can see a couple different chairs with a variety of applications. We have a chair that you might see at a cafe, that you may use while reading a book, sipping on your coffee. Of course, a chair that you may use at a library or at home while studying, getting some work done, and a chair by the beach while you're looking at the waves trying to relax. In all of these applications, you really do want to be comfortable. Whether it's to be able to relax and have a nice time, or if you want to be comfortable to be able to focus more and get your work done. In all of these instances, that part of being comfortable is very important. And of course, a regular standard chair can get the job done. However, it's not truly the most relaxing, and there are a couple things that would sort of change that. What if you could take any of these regular chairs and turn them into something a little bit different? Let's look at some of these concepts that would improve these chairs. Here are some initial ideation concepts that you can see through these digitally made images. There on the left is actually sort of a visual representation of where the product on the market is today, which is a regular chair, and where I would like to take it with this product, which is a rocking chair. So for this ideation, we actually conceptualize a rocking chair attachment that can be placed on virtually any chair to turn it into a rocking chair. Something that's portable, that can be taken with you almost anywhere. And there on the right, you can actually see two initial iterations of ideas I had to be able to create this product. On the top is a version that is simply one piece. You have the rocker itself with extrusions on the top with slots into which the chair legs can fit into. There on the bottom, you see a little bit of a different iteration, which actually uses some clips, and those clips actually have slots inside of them that you can put the chair legs on as well. But these clips can actually move around the length of the rocker itself to account for differences in different size chairs, chairs that may have somewhat wider legs or somewhat less wide legs. Actually labeled, so you can see some of those parts that I previously mentioned there. The rocker itself is actually somewhat of the base of the product. And then we have the leg slots where the chair legs can fit into. Now we're going to get into some of the CAD that was involved in this project. Here we can actually see a model of the product and what it would look like in use. There you can see a basic wooden dining room chair and how it is attached to the product, the instant rocking chair. There you have the set of rockers, so that is two individual rockers that you would use on one chair, and the legs are placed into the grips, and it can now be used as a rocking chair. Here we can actually see a fully labeled view of this model. So in this final iteration, I actually ended up using more parts than I originally conceptualized. Instead of one or two parts, this actually has three different parts. The base rocker, the leg grip, which is then attached to the clip, and the clip gets clipped into the rocker through the different clip slots that are added to be able to account for those various different sizes of chairs. And the leg grip itself is sort of a little bit more of a malleable piece into which different size chairs can fit. Larger chairs sort of expand that grip and are able to fit within that. Have a quick overview of the product itself without the chair. So here we have one set, and one set actually involves two rockers, one for each side of the chair, and there you can also see a close-up of the leg grip. And now we're going to look at some labels added here. Here we actually have a labeled view there, sort of like we previously mentioned. You can see the rocker being the base, the leg grip, the clip, and the clip slots, and as well a little close-up of the leg grip itself. For the materials, there's a couple things that we do want to take into consideration. So we do need this product to be lightweight, durable, strong, and as well the clips and the leg grips should be somewhat more flexible, particularly than just the rockers. So when we take these things into account, the selected material that I would want to use is plastics, specifically for the rockers, something like polyethylene, and for the clips and leg grips, something like polypropylene. Both these materials are both, of course, durable, but we do want something a little more flexible for the clips and leg grips. For the manufacturing process of this product, I would use something like injection molding. Since injection molding is something that is readily available, it is a common manufacturing process, so this makes it cost effective, and it is as well very efficient. And it is commonly used for polypropylene and other plastics, which is what we are using materials wise. Now, to summarize the project as a whole, we're actually going to take a quick look into some advantages and disadvantages that would potentially come with actually creating this project. So to look at the disadvantages first, of course, it could get expensive to cater to all chairs. Potentially chairs that may have a much larger size of leg or even much larger width of the chair itself, they may not necessarily fit into the product as it is, and it may be necessary to either create some attachments or create a different version to be able to accommodate for different size chairs. As well, people would need to carry the product around, and they may not always have it on hand. They may potentially forget and find themselves somewhere where the product could be useful, but they may have been walking around with a much smaller bag or walking around with nothing in their hands and just not have it on them. Now to look at the advantages, of course, the product is designed to be portable, so it should be able to fit into a bag for you to be able to carry with you, and especially if you already know that you're going to be in a setting where you will use it, it is simple enough to be able to carry it, and it is small enough to be easily transported. As well, of course, the sizes are interchangeable. We have the clips that can be moved around on the base of the rocker so that they can accommodate for wider chairs. And as well, the chair leg grip sort of does expand, and it is malleable so that it can accommodate for different leg sizes. As well, the materials and manufacturing that have been selected, these would actually keep costs relatively low. The material selected, plastics, are actually relatively inexpensive. As well, the manufacturing process is something that is efficient and inexpensive as well. And finally, the materials chosen can be used in various settings and weather conditions.